When you're seriously burned as a kid, you live not only with the scars outside, but scars inside for the rest of your life. Sometimes you need to escape a world that can be very cruel, with people staring and teasing and not understanding. So where to go? Well, there's a special summer camp for burned kids in the Alberta Rockies where, quite frankly, magic happens. Here's Wei Chen with the story of Camp Hope.
Canadian wilderness, unscarred, picture perfect. If this is how you like your world, get ready to be challenged.
This week is going to look different, obviously, because of burn camp. Some of these kids, they've been burned visually badly. They look different than we do. You're probably going to have to deal with some questions of, why does so-and-so look like that?
Staring and teasing. That's nothing new if you're He was caught in a house fire 6 years ago. Newcomers are just plain overwhelmed, and their first discovery?
Camp of the 1900s. And I know that you guys are going to have a rockin' good time.
All right, how's everybody doing?
Here's a welcome. Big time.
And you're going to go to the nurse's station just to check in with the nurse.
When burn kids come to camp, it's not just knapsacks and bug spray.
Arms, face, and hands.
Itch medicine is standard issue, and for the not-so-visible scars, antidepressants. Every year until he stops growing. Dustin is just one of the kids Greg swore he'd help as soon as he got out of hospital.
I think my focus was really on kids because while I was in the burn unit, I could hear kids screaming from the... This is the Candyman.
For the past 7 summers, Greg has partnered up with another burn victim, Steve Williams.
That's some candy, guys.
They've taken on the tough job of building confidence. Action, day 1. A test of courage, and the kids quickly fall into 2 camps.
Oh, dear.
First, the daredevils who have no fear.
I can go, and I've felt all the pain I could ever feel, and nothing can be as bad as what I've done, so I'll try anything.
Nice reach.
Secure. Come on, jump to it. You can do it.
But a childhood turn a kid into a fearful mouse.
I can't move! They can either walk to the middle or you can come back and climb down the side of the wall.
I can't get down that frozen
I think some of them are scared to do anything because they do recognize.
Behind closed doors in sickbay, a burn camp reality. Dressings need to be changed. John was the victim of a hazing prank at work.
My co-workers put fuel line antifreeze down the pockets of my pants, and I smoked at the time. My socks, everything.
But the victim put the pranksters to shame. He forgave them.
Because I didn't want them to lose their jobs or anything.
Oh, really? You requested that? Oh, way to go, John.
Pitching in is part of burn camp. No slackers allowed. It's part of feeling normal. For every set of scars, there's a story. Steve and Greg know most of them, but they've learned not to push.
We had 2 young boys from Nova Scotia last year, and I believe one of the parents died in the fire. And they talked about it a little bit, but they weren't ready to open up, and this probably wasn't the situation for them to open up in. You know, they needed a more protected environment to do that.
And there are such a wide variety of the way the accidents happen. Sometimes they are accidents, but sometimes they're intentional too.
Hi, my name's Amanda Brown. I got burnt when I was 3.5 years old. My auntie stuck me in hot boiling water.
I'm Diane, and I live in Edmonton, and I was burnt when I was 2 years old. And what happened was I spilled baking grease on me.
Sharing. That's what Girls Chat Night is for. It's a safe place to tell your stories. And if there's a bit of healing along the way, so much the better.
My name is Kelly Pilardo. I got burnt when I was 2 years old. When I was a kid, I didn't have a burn camp because they didn't exist. So when I was growing up, I never thought there was anybody else like me. I thought I was the only one in the whole world who was burnt. And one of the things I want to talk about is that even though we are burnt and we do have scars, we still can have relationships, we still can have babies and get married and all that stuff.
It's tough, though. The older you get, the more inhibited you become.
How do we all feel about staring?
I keep myself completely clothed, like over my legs, when I go out.
So you don't like your scars showing at all?
I'm just not used to it. It's just how it's been and it's hard to change. Like, to start wearing shorts out in public or to school, I wouldn't.
If they had one wish, what would it be?
And my wish is that people wouldn't look at me so weird.
My wish is that there was no teasing about burns.
Day 2. What's camp without target practice? Not easy for Jake, though. His fingers were deformed when he was burned playing on a transformer. But where there's a will...
I find it a big inspiration when I see kids do things like that. I mean, if this kid can do that, then I can do it too. Or I can do something else that's a challenge to me.
Here's a challenge. Can he persuade Brad to wear his pressure garments?
One thing Brad constantly says is that, well, I'll wear it tomorrow, but tomorrow seems to never come.
Brad was burned in a fuel fire at the family farm. Greg knows only too well what he's going through.
When I saw myself in the mirror for the first time, I was horrified and I was scared. Probably one of the first thoughts that I had was, what are people going to think of me out there? Never mind that, I was married at the time. Is my wife going to even love me anymore? I went through a lot of anger, a lot of depression, but I worked through all that, and I've come to this point now, and some of that help has been through the kids themselves at this camp.
We're scribbling.
We're starting to see what he means.
Isn't this fun?
Over at Arts and Crafts, it's tie-dye heaven.
Hey guys, take a picture of this.
A chance for Laura and the others to forget about their scars temporarily.
Tell me about the special outfit that you're wearing.
This is my burn suit.
and I got burnt April 10th before school came in.
What happened?
I was trying to burn the tag off a stuffed whale, and it burned my pajamas on fire.
Do you ever think about the fact that you have scars when you're here?
It feels like really scary to have scars, and
do you wish sometimes they would just go away?
Now you can slip your garment off.
You'd think the physical pain of Laura's burns would be long gone, but physiotherapy, part of the drill at burn camp, brings it all back.
Is it okay?
Yep. Don't touch it, it hurts.
Okay, I'll keep my fingers off of that spot.
The pressure garments do help, but the sad truth is that scar tissue doesn't stretch like skin.
Where do you feel it?
I don't know.
All the way.
This is our repeat after me song! Princess Pat.
That's how it is at burn camp. 1 minute, scars are everything. The next, they hardly exist at all.
By the Princess Pat. By the Princess Pat. It's red and gold. It's red and gold. And a purple too. And a purple too.
We'll be right back with more of this incredible story and these incredible children.
Incredible progress.
It's the metamorphosis that they go through. It's the magical part.
New friends becoming best friends.
You never want to leave, and you want to come back year after year after year.
And facing the toughest challenge of all.
Bye.
Saying goodbye. When CTV's W5 continues.
Magical place, a summer camp in the Rocky Mountains where all the kids are burn victims. A place where they can forget about their pain and their scars. Here again is Wei Chen.
The crack of dawn, day 3.
It's not even 7:30 yet.
Who would be up at this hour? But these guys have a date with the swimming pool. Laura won't always be this uninhibited, but this morning she shows them all there's no shame in being burned.
One thing that you might deal with, especially guys, because it happened last night, is reliving their burns. We had a little guy wake up in the middle of the night last night, screaming really loudly, ow, it hurts, ow, it hurts, ow, it hurts, scared. When he woke up in the morning, the kid didn't remember it at all. It's just, that's a common thing, is that they relive their trauma.
Another common affliction, homesickness.
One of our little guys ain't feeling too well.
Uh-oh.
A trip to sick bay just in case. But there are some things that can't be cured in sick bay.
I'm concerned, truly, I'm really concerned that you're not wearing your garments a lot. Now, the scars, your hypertrophic scars here, are going to continue to grow and continue to stay thick unless you wear the pressure garments. How come you don't like wearing your garments?
Because they're itchy and they're just like too tight.
Too tight, yeah. I've got some of my garments that I brought with me just to show you that I actually did wear them. These are all my masks and my garments. I didn't like putting this thing on, and I didn't like going in public with this because I didn't like the way people looked at me. And I had people calling me names. But, so is that something that you may be worried about?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah. But do you want to have that scar continue to be thick on your face? No. Because people still stare at you, don't they? Yeah. You need to wear this mask. Look at my face. I mean, my scar was not quite as thick as yours, but the scars in your arms and the scars in my arms were about the same. And you look at my arms from wearing the garments. I
Brad, an honor student, is apprehensive about starting a new school in the fall. Being able to talk to Greg really helps.
Oh, I find it really good. Just great.
How does he help?
Oh, he just helps emotionally and everything. Like, helps get rid of some of the stress.
Joy used to feel just as bad about her scars. She was burned from head to toe when she was 9.
Joy is just incredible. I can remember first coming to camp when Joy was more reserved and shy and would not say much and look at you with a pair of sad eyes.
That was 6 years ago. Now, Joy wears her scars with pride. She's a shining example to her friends and to the younger kids.
She's an incredible inspiration. I think camp just really turned her around.
Burn camp is magical, and unless you're out here, you really don't understand what I mean by that word.
On day 4, somebody calls the fire department. Perhaps a safety lecture? No, they're here to create enthusiasm, not dampen it.
I've been asked as an impartial water operator.
Did we say dampen? At Burn Camp, it's the great equalizer, plus a bonus. The teen girls get a chance to test their charms.
So what kind of guys do you find attractive?
Certain people at camp?
Let's not go there.
Perhaps safer to ask them about their first year at Burn Camp.
I was kind of nervous. I've never been to anything like this before.
Once you come to camp and you find the other people that are burned and they've gone through more of the same amount of pain, you connect with them, and it just makes you feel more comfortable about your scars.
It doesn't bother you, for example, Joy, that they don't have like scars on their face?
Well, sometimes I'm jealous. I wish I was burned just as little as they were or whatever.
Do you think it's harder as a teenage girl or as a teenage boy?
It is.
Teenage girl.
Yeah, girl.
Teenage girl.
How come?
We're judged. Yeah, we're judged to look perfect, yeah. It's appearance that matters, unfortunately.
What do they mean to you?
My burn friends? Everything, pretty much. Like, I'd give anything to come to camp.
To come here and hang out with some people that mean the world to me is just really special. It just doesn't feel the same when you go back home.
Too soon the last day arrives. Everybody agrees that the biggest transformation comes in the first year of camp.
Swing it around the bunny ears once.
New burn friendships are some of the strongest these girls will ever have.
What do you think they get out of being here?
Builds their self-esteem. It really helps them. They go back to their schools, their homes, and the confidence just stays with them.
That's why it's so important for them to come year after year, because it's like charging their battery again.
Tonight, the plan is to have a campfire. A campfire for these kids?
We were really concerned about that the first year that we had the burn campers out here. And we had no idea. Can we have a fire? Should we have campfires at all? When they got here, we realized it really wasn't as big an issue as we had initially thought it to be. They seem to have an understanding that the campfire is a controlled situation. It's not going anywhere.
I cut my hair and I bought a shirt, shaved my face until it hurt. As calm as I could, nervously I told you that I had a dream where I felt crying on my knees. Crying, crying, crying on my knees. Well, I fell down crying on my knees.
To the stump we must go.
Nice shot, nice smiles. Thank you, gentlemen. That was wonderful.
See ya.
Are you coming back next year? Thank you.
Oh, love it.
We'll be right back.
On the air. They're giving us a 13-episode commitment. George and I are moving to California.